Hey everybody, Random here for episode 31 of CS Survivors. So I'm going to start by addressing some comments while I play on slow, like I usually do. There was a lot of good ones. PT says, what about a small stockpile of lavish meals, just in case I need a quick mood boost? That's a really good idea. I like that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 10 lavish meals. Let's go ahead and drop them on the floor. And I'm going to change their food restrictions to not include lavish. And then I can, never include corpses. Or hay, or kibble, or rotten. Okay. Fine meals is their new food restriction. And then if they ever need a little mood boost, they get it, right? They get a little boost. Danny Lee and others mentioned about 2 bionic arms for Serra, and that's a really good idea as well. So that will help her finish all the stuff that she has to do, the construction and the like, with all that extra manipulation. Oh, thanks, Randy. Female. How powerful is this? Nice. Alright, more comments. Steve Woodgate said, poor cows don't have beds. Well, they never really had beds, but you know what we can do? Because I have really been slacking on actually using my cotton, or cloth, that is. Might as well make some real beds. Gravy Lookout mentioned that the little notches in my base, like this one, that could be used for cover, should be rectified. And I could not agree anymore. So I'm going to work towards that. Let's go ahead and do marble walls, because I know I have a little marble. And that way, raiders can't use these little notches for cover. It's not a bad call. Okay. Empata said I should use the wood that I have for better furniture. I think beds is the most important piece of furniture that exists. Mostly because rest effectiveness is insanely important. Oh, well, we're not getting Megasloth wool, we're getting Megasloth meat. Speaking of which, I still need to mark some things that haven't been looted. So I'm just gonna do some quick marking. What's over here? Oh, the insect jelly, that's right. So that will be on my docket, for sure, of things to do. Caleb Ellard said the northern turrets, the ones that were here, should get moved. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to move those. No, actually, forget that. I'm going to move these turrets here. And eventually when I build that one, move it up. And then put the turrets in the middle. But yeah, the corners, it's a good call. It will, because of how wide my base is, even if they're in the middle, it will shoot both sides. Let's see. Flibbit had a few different suggestions. One was bionic hearts. A bunch of people actually said hook Serra up with some bionic hearts. It wouldn't be a bad thing. And I'm right there in agreement or even bionic hearts for everyone. It's a pretty useful bionic part to have. So we are, we'll never make the lavish meals if we just make fine meals first. He also said I should bury Minla in a sarcophagus because it will be attractive and people can visit her grave. I don't think there's room to do it in my kitchen. Well, I guess I could put it mirroring the flat screen. Yeah. And that way, if they go berserk, there's also a chance that they get corpse obsession, which is a very sort of harmless negative effect. So, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Rob Rose had a really good idea that I was planning on doing anyway, but I'll credit you where credit is due, of putting doors that exit to the outside. So that way I can repair and react to my perimeter more quickly. So I very much like that idea, and I very much plan on utilizing that idea. So thank you for that. And one last comment, which is Charles Smith had this brilliant idea. I mentioned that I didn't want to utilize my pawns, knocking my pawns unconscious outside and then rescuing them to repair social problems. Now, I want to just say that Condor and Serra they don't hate each other anymore. But he did say, what if I just got them high and their lowered consciousness knocked them out sooner from hypothermia as a result? That is genius. That's a really good way to sort of game the system, as it were. So I just wanted to mention that I really like that one. Alright, so now we're going full speed. Excellent. That's going to help that's going to help a lot, actually. Alright, home. You're cooking. Let's go ahead and consume strip. No. Let's say critically important that we put our colonists' corpses in here. They'll do it eventually. Or, you know what I could do is I could just... There. Alright, Sarah. It is time to crank out some really quick cloth beds. Apparently Kuro's doing that one. Come on. Why can't I target this? Stupid cows are standing on it. Alright. Normal, excellent, excellent. Good. Well, the barn's decent now. Alright, so she's buried so that they can visit her grave. Why is the author... whatever. He's obviously not the author. Another thing I was going to do is remove the power from around where I'm going to be storing the shells. So a short around them could not trigger a fire effect. And then also I'm going to drop auto doors and concrete. Actually, you know what? I can just concrete this whole... Just the hell with it. Why not, right? I know I'm a little low on steel, but there's so much slag out there that I'm not that worried. Alright, so we have one lavish meal? Oh, there's our lavish meals. Okay. Yep, so if we need a little mood boost, we got that there. Okay, they're just hauling meals like piecemeal. Let's go ahead and turn this off. We are good for now. Alright, if Holmes already out there hauling stuff, it means he needs a task. I'm just taking a look around. It is quite cold, so whatever errands they go on, they have to be returning back to base pronto. In fact, it's so cold that the rec room, oh, everything's having trouble. It's because of this. Oh, yeah. That would explain it. Alright, let's get that auto door going. Come on, you're killing off the farm there. Don't leave a project undone. That's one way to clear a farm. Thanks, Serra. And of course, I juggled too many things at once, and now we have very cold ponds out there. Oh, he'll make it back in. Alright. Given how much we have in terms of meds and whatnot, I'm going to do a weird grow of mostly cotton and heel root. We have a lot of food and we have a lot of cloth, so... You know, actually, I'll do a full run of heel root. Why not? Takes a while to put it in the ground, though. Alright, Mr. Kuro, what are you working on? That's fine. But I want to be fabricating. Okay, so we made the bionic leg for home here. Let's go ahead and operate on him now. Ooh, we should uninstall this. Failed in a minor way. Minor would be not destroying a perfectly good bionic leg, mind you. Alright, Kuro, I don't know what you're working at, but I want you slagging. We are a little low on steel. We have a lot of stuff that can be turned into steel around the base, though. Thank you, Serra for butchering Condor there. Or Home, rather, not Condor. Alright, so these auto doors can just be destroyed and replaced with slow doors. Slow or no. No doors would be fine, actually. Alright, you need some food. I need you to not butcher Home next time. Rest? What is rest? Alright, let's get her another arm. Bed rest. Let's fix this. You could have been working this whole time. So they're doing cleanup and delivery. Alright, so we got the bionic arm. It's going to be left shoulder. And hopefully Home treats her with a little bit more care than she treated him. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of hypothermia. Who's hypothermic? Restrict. Gonna just force them all to keep warm for a bit. You have double frostbite. Alright, lift the restrictions. And she's double bionic. She's turning into Deus Ex Machina. Our batteries are a little low. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Kuro is smelting through the stockpile of weapons we have, which is good. Something I wanted. And we have our first raid. Sapper raid. Okay. I can hack that. Sappers, but they don't have sapper weapons. That's important to note. In fact, they have a Doomsday. Quickly restrict them to keep warm. Okay, so their Doomsday is Zyph. We had a little bit of hypothermia. Alright, Home is still a little hypothermic, but send them out. I'm going to wait just a second for their hypothermia to kind of subside. Nobody likes sappers. I don't need to necessarily kill these guys, just slow them down enough that the cold does the work. Slowly becoming in range. Alright, time to join. It's not that I don't want... I just have to be less hypothermic than they are, right? That's the goal. I was seeing if I can't drag them away from the base. I just don't want them using Zyph using that big old nuke on me. They're using my my kill box against me. That's cute. Zyph is down, so the Doomsday is out of play already. They're very somewhat pissed about my two in the south. Oh, and there they go. A long line of stripping people. Back to work. So I'm just going to go ahead and forbid everything that I can't, until it's safer to haul. Kuro, I don't think you're going to catch Boone. He is going to collapse, but I'm worried about your own health there. In fact, that's also true for Serra. I have to have her turn around pretty soon too. 28%? Yeah, it's time to turn around. Restrict, lift. Although that wool parka would have been nice, but I have a lot of wool. Alright, Kuro, you are in luck. You are going to consume a lavish meal. Because you were a little upset, let's call it. Go to your proper beds. Alright, looks like I am just about out of plasteel. I really do need some more plasteel, don't I? That is the last advanced component I can make. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank out, do until I have 50 of regular components. Alright, use Condor and Kuro, you're standing out there. Fine. That is fine by me. Sounds like you just volunteered. For a job you probably didn't want. Home, you get drafted into this. Holmes like, but I didn't go out there. I don't want to do this. Well, buddy, we don't always get what we want. How cold are you, buddy? Just one more? Alright. Gear. Okay, we already dropped everything. I could min-max and drop the sniper rifle, but whatever. Looks like Condor wants to join. Holmes already headed inside. Restrict to warm house. Yep, I know they're hypothermic. Oh, he even got a little frostbite. That floating door looks a little strange. Where are you going? Unloading inventory? Yeah. No, that's not gonna work for me. Not up there. More cargo pods of flake. Gonna force them all inside for a little bit. They really wanted to do tasks outside, and that just wasn't very helpful for them. Alright, so we have a lot of weapons to smelt, which is why I gave Kuro some Wake Up. I wouldn't mind the extra steel. I wouldn't mind the extra room in the stockpile. We're starting to get tattered apparel. That parka I let go for a bit too long. Let's go ahead and make a new one. I'm kind of excited because she is really good at crafting now. So let's see what we got. Excellent. Unfortunately, I let that one get to 0. Alright, keep on smelting. Alright, Serra, no one's gonna deconstruct this stuff unless you do. They're all too lazy to do it. Alright, so the idea I had was put marble doors in here so they can cut across more easily. I'm going to need to obviously floor that up in something nice. So now I have a shell bunker. Which will keep warm a lot more easily. Our stockpile's no longer outdoors. I should have done that a little sooner, given the damage that we might have incurred. Not bad. We do still need better beds. There's a lot of little things. We're basically waiting on plasteel at this point, though. I can pretty definitively say we are a plasteel economy. All those bulk goods coming by and okay, solar flare. Well, that makes things interesting. Let's keep our cows warm. They're also needing food. So once we get our power back, the next person that goes for food will be our meal maker. Alright, there we go. It's really not that bad. Okay, so we now need material. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the restriction on assault rifles and sniper rifles, so we have a lot of them. I'm going to forbid one good assault rifle. So much meat. So that we can just keep on smelting. Because eventually I think Serra will make some really excellent rifles, so I don't need all these normal ones. And as I said before, no one exactly came for the rifles. No one wants to buy them. And for now, I'd rather have the steel. Alright, Serra, that means it's you. She gets to make the meals. So it's... No, keep making the meals. Someone else making meals? Ah, that explains it. That's probably enough. So you can see we're slowly getting through all our insane amount of stupid weaponry we have. Well, you know what? Let's also include in that LMGs. We have a bunch of those as well. Pessimist and staggeringly ugly. Look at that. Planet leading master. And yet I still haven't made anything legendary. It will come with time, I think. Alright, so here's a good sniper rifle. A good assault rifle. We'll forbid those. Or you know what it could do? This makes a lot more sense. Let's go ahead and smelt weapon. We will allow awful to normal. Let's try for... I want to put it closer. I'll just plop it here. Trying for better beds. With all that wood we have. Alright, there's one. And let's try a few more. And this way it's more rest effective. If there's another. Oh, this one's excellent already. Okay, so 3 excellent beds. That will do. So the rest effectiveness is 114 versus whatever it was before, I don't know. Here's a good bed. 108. So we spend considerably less time sleeping. All these we will turn to rice, except for these, which will be cotton. We did dwindle our rice supply. We have a lot of food that's just kind of sitting out there, though. So, with that in mind, let's make a quick run for that. And when I say quick, let's make it real quick. How fast are we now? 875. Alright, that's like unnaturally fast. And in snow, she's still 7-0. Holy moly. I'm going to just manually control her. Because I don't want to have to caravan again. I'll just keep her here. So we got all that stuff. Now let's get all this stuff. That's a pretty strange place to be hanging out there, Kiro. And yes, I am judging. Alright, so we have the sandbags and all that all worked up and out. Visiting Grave is now a new recreation. It's a solitary recreation, I think. Alright, Mr. Kuro, you have a lot of slagging to do. I guess rest. They're probably feeding that fire, aren't they? And that fire is ruining my meals, or they would eventually. Alright, so she's still high on go juice, so we might as well get her to keep hauling. I did put her lance back on, but there's not a lot of weight here. There's more weight than I thought. Maybe we'll be able to grab everything. Still haven't dealt with bodies in a while. We definitely are getting a lot more steel than we had before. Mr. Condor, you are going to go for a little bit of a trip. Alright, Condor. So it's the end of winter. Hold on. Gear first off. It's the end of winter, so it is getting less cold. I really should use words like less cold than warm. Because warm makes it sound like it's nice. It isn't. That's one weird way to do it. Did he grab? No, he didn't grab anything. Damn it. No, that's... damn it. Fat finger and everything. Jesus. Why didn't he grab... Oh, he must have. No, he didn't. Oh, come on. What gives? I told you to load. Nope, that's a lot of enemies. And I'm busy trying to tidy up, get ready. Those enemies would not have plasteel. Not likely, at least. Oops. Meant to add home. Ideally, I'd like to be able to tidy everything up. Man, I didn't realize there was a bunch that died, like, literally as they're zoning out. So how much is here? Only 130? Okay, that's actually not that much. Home detour. Perfect. One trip only. Which means I can obviously see the ship parts. I don't need to really make plans on it. A little bit of slag up there, but I'm mostly done. Who got hypothermia? Come on. You're 3 feet from the base. Alright, I'm going to crank out some new parkas for everyone else. I think it's about time that we have some nice stuff. Alright, cook. See if we can't get Condor to repair and construct. There's a lot of little things to do in that regard. Like some big old holes they want to punch into the base. Okay, so we made parkas. We have We have need for one more, I think. Because Kuro didn't get an excellent one. So let's go ahead and crank out one more excellent one. We have a bunch of good normals. Backup good ones aren't bad. But excellent would be preferred, obviously. Alright, great. Now we all have excellent parkas, or about to. And then toques. Just a good one. Come on, you planet-leading master. Another good one? I hate you. There we go. There's an excellent one. So now if we look at her warmth, 160. That is pretty good. And if I can make... Oh, there's another one. There's another excellent. I was hoping for legendary or masterwork, but 3 excellents are okay. Let her eat and sleep. Oh boy. You know what? Let's go for the trifecta tribal wear out of wool. Okay, everyone else, wear them excellent toques. If everyone had roughly the same insulation, that would be great. So let's see what we're up to. Now, with all that we're currently wearing, 163 is our cold protection. That's not bad. Alright, 163 it is. Everyone gets a 163. So now if I look real quick, everyone should be 163. 163 across the board. Perfect. There. Not exactly symmetrical power grid, but it will do. With this, we'll be able to work in the cold a lot longer. With all this extra meat, I think we're going to exhaust our rice supply. Which is fine, we're getting some now. They're force wearing everything, which is fine. In fact, let's repair the little hole in the zone. Kuro, why are you so moody? You keep getting rebuffed? It's because you're a horn dog and you won't leave her alone. Alright, buddy. Time for a beer. Drink your sorrows away. We have a lot of meals now. I usually just leave that light bulb on. That doesn't hurt us any. Alright, sleep time. So a lot of sort of little raid prep here. Another thing I'm really going to want to do is obviously some beautiful IEDs, which is high explosive shells. I'm going to want to... No. I don't want to offer them cover. Don't really want to blow off the ends of my base either. Maybe put it in the walls. You know what? I'll wait. I'll wait and crowdsource the idea. If you have an idea of how to lay out the ID traps, let me know. I don't want to do it in a stupid way that I end up regretting. So, yeah, I'll ask you all. Where is my charge lance? Where on earth is the charge lance? We didn't smelt it, right? It's not allowed. Yep, so it's here somewhere. And my unbiotic eyes can't spot it. Or did someone else grab it? Nope, no one else grabbed it. Oh, there it is. Right on the TV. Alright, so what is Kuro working on? He's still smelting. Serra is still cranking out some components in hopes that we get better materials. Now, another thing I could do is spike traps. I was going to at least put some here. And I'm going to put some along the perimeter of the base. I don't think, actually, you know what? We're going to do this in marble. I mean, in steel. Because we have more steel than we have anything else. Wow, I keep fat fingering it there. We'll put 3 here. And we're almost getting to the point, although this will probably be for next episode, where we'll be able to, ooh, a poison ship, right at the end here. Well, that's going to be for next episode, I think, given that I have 1 minute left. So I might as well just say what I usually say, which is, if you have any feedback for me, drop me a line. If you have any suggestions, questions, anything of the like, I also want you to keep in mind that I am not going to do major base overhauls. This is, at this point, small tweaks, because we are in the end game here. If you have feedback that sort of follows those rules, let's call it, yeah, let me know. Also, still looking for Patreon ideas, still looking for new playthroughs, new games, anything of that nature. If you got information like that, I'm all ears. Thank you for all tuning in. You are, as always, very supportive and wonderful. I really enjoy making these videos for you all. And I hope you tune in next time. So, next time we'll be obviously facing a poison ship. Hopefully it's full of mechanoids that allows us to get a bountiful amount of plasteel, although I doubt it. Alright guys, well that's enough from me. I will catch you next time. Adios.